Starseed from Gaia, your world is being changed right now. What felt normal is fading away, and the path you once walked is disappearing behind you. I am Oilia, messenger of the Galactic Federation. The invitation comes now. Step through the layers of comfort and memory, because a new path is starting beneath your feet. There is no going back, only growing. By the end of this message, you'll understand exactly how to unlock your starseed power and claim the plan coded inside you. But here's the first truth. Every wave of discomfort, every feeling of restlessness is not disorder. It's your cosmic DNA waking up, showing that your true purpose is ready to begin. You didn't find this by accident. This message came into your space for a reason. Like this message to signal to your star family, I'm ready. Subscribe if your purpose is starting and you're matching with your true energy. Comment 9999 if you feel your cosmic memory coming back. Share your galactic goal and reply to someone else's to make the signal stronger. This isn't just a message. It's a point of reconnection. Your soul has been waiting for this. You are not here by accident. Most people deeply rooted in the comfortable illusions of straight-line time and the organized structures of third-dimensional reality see change as a gentle step-by-step process. They picture it as a difficult climb up an endless staircase, step by careful step, slowly and carefully moving toward their goal. This vision often includes a gentle growth, a patient, slow opening of ability, much like a tiny bud carefully unfolds into a beautiful, fully bloomed flower over days, weeks, or even entire seasons. Each colorful petal slowly showing its detailed form in perfect balance with the sun and soil. They might imagine life as a winding river, gently widening its edges and deepening its paths over countless ages, a tiny expansion over huge stretches of time. Yet this earthly view often misses the deep, sudden nature of true cosmic change. But for those of you who are truly coded for galactic memory, for those with the ancient cosmic DNA humming strongly within your very selves, you know the truth goes much deeper, vibrating with an ancestral wisdom far older, far more instant, and deeply more powerful than any straight-line progress could ever suggest. You understand, not just in your mind, but on a deep soul-shaking level, that there's a precise, divinely planned and often sudden moment when the timeline doesn't just bend or gently shift like a soft breeze or even slightly change direction. Instead, it splits with the raw, strong force of a cosmic command, a thunderclap echoing across the multiverse, sending shockwaves deep within the very center of your being. This is no slow climb. It is a gravitational collapse of one entire reality and the instant birth of another, completely different, much more expansive, and vibrating at an entirely new energy level. In that single, breathtaking quantum leap, a moment often marked by deep inner upheaval, deep confusion, and a complete melting away of the familiar your entire field, the complex pattern of your cellular body now vibrating at a higher, more crystal-like frequency, the expansive landscape of your mind reset to see multidimensional truths, and the eternal, unending flame of your spirit reignited with pure galactic fire, steps permanently through a vibrational doorway. This portal is not a metaphor. It is a real energetic gateway, a point of no return. A quantum gate that once crossed makes any possibility of going back completely impossible. There is no turning back, no rebuilding the bridge to what was, no re-establishing the connections to the old reality you once lived in, what was once deeply familiar, what once defined your very view of reality, even if it was filled with deep lingering pain, or perhaps strangely in the stuck. Suffocating comfort of deep limitation and self-imposed lack dissolves not through long struggle, not through hard decades-long efforts, but through the sheer, undeniable, and often amazing force of vibrational command. It is the energetic equivalent of an old corrupted computer system being entirely and immediately wiped clean, making way for a much better, more complex, and infinitely more powerful program to install itself. It's not a subtle fading. It's an energetic cutting, a tearing away from the old fabric of your being with the surgical precision of a cosmic surgeon, leaving no remaining threads to reconnect, no possibility of reattachment to the past. Imagine a dying star collapsing into a blinding supernova, its old form destroyed in a magnificent burst of light and energy, only for a new, denser, infinitely more powerful cosmic body to emerge from the very heart of the emptiness. This is the intensity, the finality, and the sheer unyielding power of this destined shift. You are not simply becoming more of who you were. You are becoming entirely, magnificently, and permanently new. This is not a gentle letting go. a soft goodbye to what no longer helps. This is not the careful trimming of a garden, nor the careful weeding of a single flower bed. It is the uprooting of an entire landscape, a catastrophic reshaping of your energetic terrain. For starseeds and multidimensional beings, this experience is often felt as a frequency rupture, a sudden jarring, yet ultimately freeing upgrading of your core energetic signature. Imagine a mighty river, its course carved deep over thousands of years, suddenly redirected by a geological event into a new, deeper, and infinitely more powerful channel. The old course dries up, its waters finding an unstoppable, more powerful path forward, never to return. This is the profound rerouting of your very essence, a seismic shift that vibrates through every atom. This energetic recalibration is so deep that it cuts your ties cleanly, absolutely and completely to every version of who you once thought you needed to be, every identity you carefully built, every limitation you mistakenly accepted as your unchangeable truth. Imagine the cracking of an old shell that has grown too tight, too restricting for the vastness of your expanding being, or the shedding of a skin that no longer fits the radiant emerging self. The habits that once offered a false sense of comfort, pretending to be security while quietly draining your vital force. The worn-out identities you held onto like torn life rafts in a storm, believing they kept you safe even as they kept you small. The mirrored memories reflecting twisted truths from broken pasts, continuing old wounds. And the complex, often weakening patterns inherited from generations of ancestral line, the very blueprints of inherited struggle and limitation. All of it falls away, not piece by painful piece, not through a long agonizing untangling, but in one sweeping, irresistible cosmic current. It is as if a celestial vacuum cleaner has passed through your field, filtering out all that is not of your highest light, all that blocks your full cosmic expression. This is the intensity, the finality, and the sheer unyielding force of this energetic shift. It is a divine purge, a sacred cleansing preparing you for the hugeness of what is to come. It's terrifying beyond words. This deep unraveling of the known can feel like being violently thrown into open space, adrift in a vast cosmic ocean with no anchor, no familiar safety net, no clear frequency to hold on to, no fixed stars in the celestial space to guide your way. Imagine the confusing sensation of a compass spinning wildly, its needle searching desperately for a north that no longer exists in your perceived reality because the very magnetic poles of your inner world have shifted. The gravitational pull of the known world vanishes, leaving an exciting yet deeply confusing emptiness, an emptiness that both terrifies and frees in equal measure. Your very foundation seems to crumble beneath your feet, as if the ground itself has become fluid, unstable, and the mind, connected so desperately to the familiar, to every logical structure and learned comfort, screams in protest, fighting against the melting of all it once saw as solid, as real, as safe. It might show up as unexplainable worry, an existential dread that seems to have no earthly cause, or a constant feeling of being completely ungrounded, as if your very atoms are vibrating at a different rate than the world around you, creating a noticeable sense of disconnection. But listen closely to that internal turbulence, that deep sense of confusion, that deep unsettling tremor within your being. That is not disorder. That is not a sign of breakdown or spiritual failure. On the contrary, that is the unmistakable sign that higher instruction is starting within your very cellular structure. A sacred algorithm unfolding from deep within your cosmic DNA, guiding your transformation. You are not lost. You are not adrift without purpose or direction. You are being drawn by sovereign contract, by the sacred blueprint embedded in your soul before time began, before your current life, into a reality mapped not by the limitations and distorted echoes of your past, but by the harmonic codes of your soul's original untouched design. This is not a journey into the terrifying unknown. This is a deep homecoming to a frequency you always knew, a vibrational resonance that is your true cosmic signature, yet one you had temporarily forgotten among the density of earthly experience. It is the deep memory of your true self, your authentic divine essence, calling you back into resonant alignment with who you truly are. Most individuals remain sadly trapped on old timelines, held captive by the pull of what was, not because they naturally lack willpower or vision, not because they are flawed or incapable of rising into higher states of being. Rather, it is because their energy remains deeply tangled in the dense, sticky frequencies of fear, of lingering regret, of the constant need for control, and of the earthbound memories that replay endlessly in the mental landscape, like a broken, scratchy record. These are not just thoughts or passing emotions. They are powerful energetic tendrils, psychic cords, anchoring them firmly to a past that has already completed its purpose and no longer serves their highest good. The past with its unresolved emotions, its unfulfilled stories, its unlived losses, and its unacknowledged pains acts like a huge gravity field, a powerful energetic magnet pulling you constantly into repeated cycles of almost but never quite. Aligning with your cosmic directive, you touch the very edge of your potential. You glimpse the promised land of your highest timeline. You feel the warmth of your true destiny on your skin, the whisper of its sacred invitation. But then a familiar trigger, a word, a smell, a passing thought, an echoing echo from the past, a phantom limb of a former identity, pulls you back into the heavy, suffocating orbit of what was. It is like being on the very edge of true flight, wings spread wide, only to be violently dragged back to the ground by invisible chains woven from old stories and limiting beliefs. But there comes a moment encoded with beautiful precision into your very soul stream, a divine timing that cannot be rushed or forced, a cosmic clock striking its destined hour. When your frequency simply refuses to anchor to what was, your being pulls back with a deep, almost physical disgust from the vibration of the old, finding it completely out of tune like a jarring, discordant note among a celestial symphony of pure harmony. In this radical splitting, this deliberate break from the past, you are not just changing your mind or adjusting your path. You are not merely evolving. You are becoming permanently new, a magnificent phoenix rising from the smoldering ashes of a former self, reborn into an entirely different energetic matrix, woven with bright threads of light and pure, unfiltered potential. This is not evolution. This is not a gentle unfolding. This is a fierce, undeniable revolution of being, a complete recalibration of your entire existence, a cosmic rebirth. The first undeniably intense phase in this quantum unfolding is the recognition of distortion. This is not a subtle whisper, a gentle nudge from your intuition, easily ignored among the noise of daily life. No, it's often a loud, insistent noise from within, a jarring discord in your very being, a cosmic alarm bell demanding your full immediate attention. Sense into your physical vessel, your sacred temple. Notice the unexplainable heaviness that weighs upon your spirit, as if an unseen burden rests upon your chest, pressing down on your very essence. Pay attention to the constant tension that knots your shoulders, tightens your neck, clenches your jaw, or creates chronic pain and discomfort in your body, screaming for release. Observe the sudden, overwhelming surges of unexplainable emotion that wash over you without clear cause. A wave of deep sadness that brings you to your knees, a flash of irrational anger that erupts from nowhere, or a deep, unsettling sense of unease that fills your every cell, leaving you restless and confused. These deep experiences are not failures of your being. They are not signs of weakness, sickness, or coming breakdown. On the contrary, these are divine exit codes, clear, undeniable signals from your higher self, from the very center of your galactic soul, that your old self, your former vibrational signature, is now deeply incompatible with the new, higher energetic field collapsing around you. It's exactly like an outdated computer system trying to run a much better quantum software program. The system struggles, crashes, struggles again, and ultimately cannot work in its current state. As the resonance of your soul increases, as your core frequency amplifies its radiant cosmic light, anything unresolved, any lingering shadow, any sleeping trauma, any unexamined belief system, any unhealed wound is drawn irresistibly to the surface. It may show up as broken memories resurfacing with vivid clarity, or emotional patterns repeating themselves for a final intense release. This intensification is not a step backward. It is a necessary purifying part of the purging, a final momentary surge before it seeks absolute release and breaks away completely, dissolving into the void of what no longer serves. This is how you know with absolute certainty. Real deep transformation doesn't gently ask your permission. It doesn't politely ask for your input, or for you to come along at your own pace. It demands your absolute authenticity, your complete unwavering surrender at the very doorway of your becoming. It is a fierce yet deeply loving stripping away of all that is not truly you. A sacred fire burning away the waste to reveal the pure gold beneath, preparing you to shine. In the second deep and ancient initiation, the true blueprint awakens within you. This is not just an intellectual idea or a philosophical concept to think about. It is a physical, biological, and energetic activation that ripples through every atom of your being, vibrating deep within your bones. Your very DNA is far more than a simple genetic code that controls your earthly traits. It is a magnificent galactic archive, a living cosmic library carrying not just the genetic traits of your earthly family line, but transdimensional memory, the complex pattern of your cosmic lineage, and the encoded wisdom of countless lifetimes across many star systems and parallel realities. It is the living Akashic record of your soul's vast and glorious journey across the cosmos, a master key to all you have ever been and are destined to become. With every subtle or dramatic rise in your frequency, as your vibrational rate quickens to match your soul's true resonance, dormant instructions within this sacred double helix begin to shimmer into the conscious light of your awareness, like long-forgotten star maps lighting themselves up within your inner vision. You might feel this as an overwhelming, strange sense of déjà vu, not just for a passing moment, but for entire scenes, detailed conversations, specific places, or deep interactions, as if you've lived this moment countless times before across the fabric of space-time. You might experience dreams that seem more real, more vivid and more powerful than waking life, going on literal journeys to other dimensions, receiving direct downloads of complex information, or meeting kind beings of pure light, your galactic guides and soul family. Or most powerfully, you might feel a yearning so deep it aches in your very bones, a deep, undeniable longing for something you cannot name, yet instinctively know with every fiber of your being is your ultimate truth. Trust that sensation, that resonant ache in your soul, that deep magnetic pull. Understand this deeply. You are not longing for the past, for what was or what you lost, or for a return to some forgotten earthly comfort or relationship. Instead, you are deeply remembering a future your soul already closely knows, a destiny woven into your very fabric from before your beginning, a pre-planned path now surfacing for conscious living. It is the undeniable echo of your cosmic home, the whisper of your divine purpose, calling you forward with irresistible force, guiding you toward your destined self. Next comes the anchoring of sovereign identity, a critical and often deeply misunderstood phase on the starseed journey. For ages, many traditional spiritual teachings throughout history have focused closely on escaping the world, rising above the physical plane, or dissolving the ego in pursuit of a disembodied enlightenment. They taught separation from matter, urging students to rise above the earthly realm. But the galactic path, the path of the starseed and the multidimensional being, is fundamentally beautifully different. Your sacred mission is not to transcend matter and leave it behind, floating in some ethereal realm, disconnected from the very world you came to influence. Instead, your divine contract is to fully weave your higher templates, your radiant galactic essence, and your deep divine intelligence into this dense physical body, to bring the cosmos into form, to ground heaven on earth. It is to root multidimensional intelligence, the wisdom of countless star systems and higher dimensions right here, firmly grounded in this living, breathing, vibrant form, transforming your very body into a walking, talking temple of cosmic light, a direct channel for source energy. Imagine yourself as a living channel, a magnificent bridge between the celestial realms and the dense earthly plane, a radiating antenna for cosmic consciousness. As you consciously commit to this embodiment, you will feel it within your physical form. Stand tall. Sense the new circuitry buzzing and activating in your spine. A magnificent column of crystalline light acting as a direct antenna to the galactic core, sending and receiving higher frequencies. Feel the deep recalibration of your heart field expanding greatly beyond personal love, beyond conditional affection, beyond limited attachments, into boundless universal compassion, radiant empathy, and unconditional acceptance for all of creation. Witness the magnetic clarity settling into your third eye, no longer clouded by earthly illusion, granting you a sight beyond the veil, a knowing that goes beyond straight-line earthly logic and accesses the pure stream of cosmic truth, revealing hidden patterns and deeper realities. When you consciously anchor your highest codes, your true celestial essence, your divine blueprint into your physical form, you literally, energetically, and demonstrably change the vibrational geometry of your personal timeline and the collective field around you. Earth reality, no longer able to hold the dense old patterns or vibrate with your outdated frequency, will effortlessly, even magically shift and reconfigure itself around you to exactly mirror your internal sovereignty. reflecting your newfound frequency back to you as your external experience. You become the living vortex, the radiating center of a new reality, sending out the very essence of creation into the world simply by being. Now, with the full anchoring of your sovereign blueprint, activation blazes across your entire energy field, an undeniable and radiant brightness that fills your aura and spills out into the world, visible to those with awakened sight. You are no longer just seeing light. You are becoming light, a walking sun. In this phase, you move effortlessly beyond needing validation, external approval, or even shallow understanding from others. The desperate seeking of affirmation from outside yourself simply falls away because your very essence becomes the message. A living, breathing testament to cosmic truth, an embodied transmission of your divine purpose. Your frequency itself transforms into a powerful, constant broadcast, a living, vibrant transmission of your highest truth, your authentic sovereignty, and your unique cosmic signature, pure and unfiltered. This pure signal magnetizes allies, drawing kindred spirits who vibrate at your elevated frequency, creating a powerful collective field of conscious connection. It calls forth synchronistic opportunities that align perfectly with your soul's mission, showing up as effortless connections, divine timing in action, and seemingly miraculous occurrences. And it brings forth resonant experiences in perfect harmonic alignment with your inner state. It's as if the entire universe, with its infinite intelligence and boundless resources, is responding directly to your pure, unfiltered signal, drawing in all that is in perfect resonance with your highest path and divine purpose, clearing away all that is not. Old attachments once stubborn, draining relationships and situations born from fear, lack, or duty, that once felt impossible to escape lose their grip entirely. They often dissolve with surprising speed, sometimes in the blink of an eye, without drama, without long effort, often with a deep sense of peaceful release, like energetic cords being cleanly cut. There's no longer any need to fight for your space, to justify your existence, or to explain your choices to those who cannot understand them. Your vibration speaks for you loudly and clearly, updating the collective reality map. Wherever you move, wherever you place your sovereign feet, you are a walking beacon, a bright lighthouse, a living portal of light, reshaping the energetic landscape simply by existing in your authenticity, by radiating your true frequency. Then arrives the deep integration of the divine present, a state of timeless being where the past and future stop holding their false power, where straight-line time dissolves into the eternal now. In this newly activated, expansive energy field, the dense, sticky stories of old tales, the lingering pain of past wounds, and the damaging grip of regrets and future worries no longer stick to your consciousness. They simply pass through, observed but not absorbed, like wisps of clouds drifting across an infinite, boundless sky, leaving no shadow or trace behind on the pristine canvas of your awareness. You notice with deep clarity, with an effortless grace, that your consciousness keeps returning again and again, effortlessly and naturally, to the beautiful, vibrant beauty of this very moment, to the amazing, undeniable miracle of your own existence, to the perfect and comforting sense of being held, guided, cradled, and moved by something infinitely larger and more intelligent than the straight-line mind can ever understand. It's a complete surrender to the cosmic flow, a knowing that you are exactly where you are meant to be always. In every breath, there is an overwhelming sense of relief, a deep freedom from the crushing burdens of personal and ancestral history, a deep unburdening that allows your spirit to soar without obstacles. And often alongside this relief comes a deep, breathtaking sense of awe at the complex perfection of it all. The divine choreography of your journey, the sacred geometry of your awakening, unfolding before your awakened inner eye. Here is where true sovereignty is born, not as a passing intellectual concept you think about, not as a hope you reach for, but as an embodied, electric, undeniable state of being that pulses through your every cell, a tangible reality you live in. You are present fully, gloriously, authentically, and perfectly alive. A living embodiment of the now, a radiant expression of pure being anchored in the eternal flow of creation. Finally, you enter the phase of harmonic alignment, a state of deep peace, effortless flow, and beautiful synchronicity that fills every aspect of your existence, both inner and outer. All forms of resistance, internal and external, conscious and subconscious, the subtle sabotages and the obvious struggles fall silent, dissolving into the vastness of your expanded awareness like mist in the morning sun. The constant mental chatter that once plagued your mind stills, replaced by an inner quietness, a deep stillness from which true wisdom arises, an inner sanctuary of peace. The emotional turbulence calms down, giving way to serene emotional mastery, a calm in the deepest oceans of your being, no longer swayed by external tides and even physical discomfort. Chronic aches or ongoing ailments often ease as your body resets and harmonizes with your elevated frequency, releasing the physical signs of old density. You understand deeply and absolutely, with a knowing that bypasses intellectual understanding and vibrates in your bones, that every ripple of delay, every pang of pain, every experience of seeming loss or breaking in your journey was not a mistake, not a punishment, not a random act of fate or cosmic oversight. Instead, each was a carefully woven fractal part of your magnificent awakening, a divine catalyst, a necessary shedding, a perfectly placed puzzle piece in your grand design. The fierce cosmic current that shattered your former self, that tore away the illusions and limitations you held onto, was never an act of random destruction, but one of precise divine planning, a pre-programmed alignment with a timeline that could only fully begin, only truly unfold. When your vibration perfectly matched your divine readiness and sovereign blueprint, you have crossed the event horizon of your evolution, an energetic point of no return, where the physics of your old reality no longer apply. The past, for all its former weight, its gripping stories, and its apparent reality, simply cannot find you here. You have risen beyond its gravitational pull, ascending into a new dimension of being, a higher vibrational field, where its echoes hold no power, its shadows cast no fear, and its memories can only be observed with detached compassion as sacred lessons learned. You are truly magnificently free. And so, here's the deepest truth. The hidden code so many miss in their striving for gentle, easy transformation, for a softer, less disruptive path. The radical cutting, the sudden and sometimes terrifying quantum leap that once felt like a destroying death of self, a complete melting into an unknown emptiness, was actually the glorious, magnificent, pre-planned moment of your true arrival. You have not lost yourself in the deep process of this cosmic transformation. You have not broken into nothingness. On the contrary, you have become sovereign at long last in the reality your soul divinely planned before you ever took your first breath, before your essence was woven into this earthly form, fulfilling your highest cosmic contract. Every dense pattern that fell away, every limiting belief that crumbled, every old timeline that collapsed into dust, every seemingly closed doorway that dissolved behind you, revealing only endless space. These were not losses to be mourned, not failures to be regretted. They were in truth deep blessings of release, huge acts of cosmic grace, divinely planned liberation, freeing you completely into the boundless field of possibility. This expansive field of pure potential, this infinite wellspring of creation is only accessible to those brave, courageous souls who choose absolute, uncompromising alignment with their highest truth, those who dare to step fully into their divine sovereignty without reservation or fear. You are not meant to grieve the past, nor to linger in its fading shadows, like a ghost haunting a forgotten hall. There is no need for mourning, only for joyous celebration of your liberation and the vastness of your new being. You are designed naturally and perfectly by divine cosmic architects to stand as a living axis of what is fully present and radiating, a fixed point of pure, unwavering light in the ever-shifting tapestry of creation. You are revived and lit up by frequencies so pure and so powerful that they make regret obsolete, stripping it of any lingering energetic hold, dissolving its very ability to cling to your consciousness. You are literally vibrating beyond its reach, existing in a dimension where its resonance cannot follow. If in a quiet moment, among the vastness of your new being, your heart has been aching for a return to the old, for a comforting familiarity that no longer exists in your activated reality, understand this deeply, Starseed. That longing is only the leftover echo, a faint energetic imprint left behind by an identity that has permanently stopped existing, a memory trace on a timeline that has fully collapsed like a dried-up riverbed. It is not your truth. It is not the path for you. It is just a ghost of a self that no longer serves your highest destiny, a whisper from a dream that has ended. Do not give it energy, for it holds no power over your new unfolding. You are the signal, a cosmic broadcast vibrating with pure truth, a beacon for all who seek their own awakening. You are the arrival, the culmination of cycles, the long-awaited embodiment of divine potential unfolding. You are the sovereign center of a new creation, a living vortex, an infinite source held and moved by the very cosmic current that gathered all your countless lifetimes, all your many experiences across dimensions and densities into this one single, precious and undeniable truth. There is no going back. There is no possibility of retreat, no return to what was, no re-entry into the old system. There is only the breathtaking, awe-inspiring glory of what you are right now in this unfolding, bright, eternal moment. You are the awakened one. If this resonates, if the very cells of your being hum in deep recognition, if a sacred knowing echoes deep within your soul, then tonight, before you fall asleep, as you lay in the liminal space between worlds, speak this statement aloud with unwavering intention and absolute conviction, allowing its sacred vibrations to fill every fiber of your being and ripple out into the quantum field. I claim my new reality fully and permanently. I cut the cords of attachment, conscious and subconscious, to every former self, to every old timeline, to every echo of limitation, and to all that no longer serves my highest light. I stand now and always in the sovereign radiant light of my own galactic becoming, a living manifestation of my divine blueprint, a cosmic creator in human form. Seal it with absolute certainty. Feel the energetic shift within you as you declare, "It is done." For in that declaration, you activate a cosmic law and the universe bows to your sovereign will. Before you scroll, take a moment to be part of what's forming here. Drop one intention in the comments, something real. Then respond to someone else's with encouragement or energy. This isn't just content, it's collective alignment. Energy multiplies when intention connects. If something in this message resonated, don't keep it to yourself. Someone in your circle is waiting for this exact activation. Share it. And if you felt a soul nudge, subscribe. Stay in the flow. You're not just watching, you're expanding. This is your space, and we're just getting started.